Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing something new. I know I haven't been around much, but don't worry, we're going to get back into things. Today I'm going to be teaching everybody here how to play Minecraft. It's a basic tutorial to start you off playing Minecraft. So I've named my world YouTube playthrough. As you can see, my world is set to not hardcore and normal settings. This is survival mode, normal. Now, we're going to scroll down until you see cheats. I'm going to turn them on, enable them. However, I will not be spawning stuff in for myself or anything like that. It's just so that I can, in future, show you guys what can be done with cheats. Now, let's get started. Here we go. Alright, let's create the world. Now, when you create a world, it is always random where you spawn. You never know when you're going to spawn unless you go into your thing and type in a seed. And it seems like this time we have spawned in an acacia biome. Alright, that is not terrible. There's a lot of grass. However, the most important thing to start with when you start playing Minecraft, get wood. This is acacia wood. It is not the most beautiful wood in the game. I'm sorry. For any of you who like acacia, yuck. It reminds me of a beech tree. That's kind of what I associate it with, is one of those like twisty-turny palm trees. That's what it looks like. That's usually the biome you'll find it in, is the acacia biome, which is like a savanna or something like that. So you're going to start by collecting as much wood as you can, or at least collect a good little bit. You want at least like 8 pieces of wood to start with. Most people will tell you to start with 4. I personally believe you should start with 8. This is an armadillo. They are harmless. They won't hurt you. They won't do anything to you. They're friendly, but they will mostly just run away. Now, to start out, oh look, we've spawned in a birch place too. Okay, so we've got different varieties of wood. I'm going to go around and I'm going to punch some of this grass and try to get me a few seeds. Those will help you get food later. Now, we're going to go into the craft. We're going to click into our inventory, and you're going to turn your wood into acacia planks, or whatever planks you happen to have. It'll be the same for anything you do. It will be 1 log equals 4 planks. Now, I turn them all into planks. Now, a bunch of new things have opened up, so we're going to make some sticks. Now, as you can see, to make sticks, you put 2 planks, one on top of the other, and it will make you 4 sticks. So we're going to make 8 sticks to start out with. Now, we are going to also make a crafting table. Now, a crafting table is something you must have. It will give you a 3x3 grid, bigger than your 2x2, which will enable you to craft better things. Oops. I keep wanting to, oops. Okay, there we go. Now, your most basic stuff you want to have is a sword, an axe, and a pickaxe. The way to craft a sword is by putting 1 stick with 2 planks above it. So 1 stick, a plank, and then another plank. We're going to craft 1. Now, the way to craft an axe is to put 2 sticks on top of one another, put a plank on top, and then 2 to the left, and you will make an axe. I'm going to make 1. And a pickaxe, finally, is a big T. It's 2 sticks on top, 3 planks across. And we want one of those too. Now, I'm going to open my backpack, which is where you can store things. Oops. And we are going to... Oops. As soon as I can figure out where my little... Hang on, y'all. There we go. We're going to put some of the stuff we have into the backpack. For instance, the leaf... I can't read, apparently. Litter. That's going to go into my backpack because we don't need it at the moment. Now, what we want to do is move our sword into the first square of our hotbar. That will be crucial. You want it there. Then, you want your pickaxe to be your second item. Finally, you want your axe to be third. After that, it really does not matter in which order you put your items, but you want your weapons to be your first 3 because it makes it easier to access them. Now that you have a wooden axe, these are the most, oopsies. Okay, we're apparently moving. The most basic tools are wooden. You're going to pick back up your crafting table, and now that you have that, you can cut wood and it won't go quite so slowly. These are oak trees. They are slightly different from acacia, so I'm going to cut a few down. As I said before, you want to have wood. Wood is your friend. You can build with it. You can use it for many, many different things. Now I'm going to, again, punch a few more of these grass blocks. Because like I said, they can get you seeds. However, the most important thing to do before night comes is to create a place for you to stay. It does not have to be fancy. You just want a simple box that you can live in. Because once it gets to be nighttime, you are not going to want to be outside. It does not have to be very tall. However, it is definitely a must-have. We're going to cut down more wood. We're going to finish chopping down these trees, or this tree. And as you can see, the light's starting to fade. The sun moves quite quickly in Minecraft. Each day and night cycle is about 20 minutes. We're going to turn the rest of these acacias into planks, just like we did before. And now we can finish building this little place. Hang on, you guys, I hear a sheep. All right, let's find it. A sheep is very important. We need sheep. Where did it go? Sheep. Oh, there's desert over there. Oh, look, there's a horse and sugarcane. That's also helpful. But where is the sheep? We really want that sheep. Oh, there's an armadillo. If you sprint around them, they will ball up and they will hide, but they won't hurt you. They can't hurt you. They just run away.
Kelly.
All right.
I let them know that she's making a YouTube video, and they were like, "Do you want to go somewhere with us?"
So, I hear the sheep, but I do not see it. I do not know where it is. I'm going to wait for it to come over to me, but for now I'm going to finish up this little base I'm making. However, I want the sheep because the sheep can be very, very helpful. Sheep can give you wool. They will also give you stuff to make food. We're going to finish up building this.
What are you doing, man? Did you shave your sideburns for her?
Right.
Or for him?
For me.
There we go. We do not have quite enough. We need probably one more tree ought to do it. Oh, it is starting to get dark, so we need to hurry.
What? Oh, yeah.
Alright, this tree seems to be very twisty-turny, so we have to cut down all the logs up in the branches. There we go. Finish that. There we go. Now, where did my house go? There it is. Found it. Alright, I'm going to quickly go into here. We're going to turn these acacias into planks again. just like we did before. We're going to quickly. There we go. Ouch. We need a roof. Oops. Now, like I said, building your first house, it does not need to look great. It really doesn't. The only thing you need is a place to put your crafting table and a place the monsters cannot get you. Because like I said, once it becomes night, you do not want to be outside.
I don't know, just somewhere.
Now, we are going to make a door for the house. So as you can see, if you put 6 planks, 2 rows of 3, or 2 columns of 3 next to each other, you will get 3 doors. Why it makes 3, I don't know, but it does. Then you can place them
Too much,
just like that.
That's so much coffee in there, dude.
And then I'm just going to place these last 2 blocks
well,
right there.
you had too many of those things.
There we go. We picked up more seeds.
Let's have no coffee in there. I had double sugars.
They have
Now, as you see, I have a few seeds in my inventory. Not many, but a few. There's 11.
never had better
It's a good start. Seeds are your way to food. However, to make food,
Asshole, they say.
you need, oops,
Be
oops.
nice. They'll give you.
You're going to need a
And I just
different
work there, so I do it
tool.
myself.
To make food,
My own.
to farm, to be exact, you will need,
Do you make your food?
there we go.
I
You're going to need a shovel. Well, technically you don't need a shovel, but I always like to have one.
whatever I want.
And to make a shovel, you place 2 sticks on top with 1 plank. And your final tool needed is going to be a hoe.
I can add whatever
Now,
I want.
the hoe is what you'll use to craft your, to hoe your ground, to till your fields, to make it so that you can plant stuff. And the way you do it is you place 2 sticks on top, or 2 sticks on top of each other, 1 plank, and then another plank to the left. And now we have the tools. We're going to open the door for a sec.
I've added 4 shots of espresso.
Just take a peek around really quick.
This was a lot.
There probably is not. Ooh, that is a creeper, everybody. They will explode. They are very bad news. You do not want to be anywhere near those things. They suck. Those things will come up to you and they will blow up. Anyway. Oh, I hear a drowned. Drowned are the equivalent of underwater zombies. Not very fun. There's a llama out there, though. I can see the llama. Llamas are cool. You can put things on them. They're not as useful as, like, say, horses. But they can be useful. But they can also give you, leather. Which can be used to make armor and many other different items. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this first part of my Minecraft tutorial. If you'd like to see more of it, make sure you comment down below what you want to see, and I would be more than happy to show you. And we will continue this series. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on a new video. And until next time, see you later, gamers.